2024, and it's 10 a.m. I'm calling this meeting to order. In attendance are Commissioners Matari, Brooks, and Duncan. Are there changes to the agenda? Okay, hearing none. And public comment? Hearing none. Our first item is the Justice Center update with Turner, Townsend, Heery, and David Mendez, please.
Good morning, David Mendez, Turner, Townsend, Heery. Here to update you on, today I've given you a packet, it's in black and white, I apologize for that, that covers the first pages are budget, then we'll jump into schedule, and then I've got a last item of the BDA system that we've talked about. So the first item of budget, I still, nothing's changed since the last time we met regarding that DC-10 is roof anchors for fall protection. It came back, had to go through another OSHA review, and they did add one more support. So my original estimate that I included of $25,000, I think it's going to be a little higher than that. We think probably 30, but it's not the 75 that we've been talking about. The DC-11, which is the final permit set, or CCD 06. Still not changing that estimate. We're going to be around the $20,000 range for that, and that's from the agencies with jurisdiction comments that came on the plans. So we've got that being finalized. The next one is CCD 7, which is the comments that have come from the design team back to the contractor from the different submittals and RFIs. So we have some costs. I've left that $20,000 figure in there. That's an allowance. We're thinking it's going to be somewhat less than that. The last item in that construction cost is the DC-15, which is still not ironed out completely. We've got a little bit of good news. We talked about that last time, that instead of having to turn that into a clear story window, a small window, we can leave. They've gone through, had everybody check code, and we're going to be allowed to leave that window. That window, however, is not up to date on the energy code, so we are going to replace that window. I have allowed 20,000. I think it's probably going to be half of that. They had the credit that we'll get back is because the plan originally was to take those windows out and back infill with siding, so we won't have to do that. So that'll save some of the cost of changing that window out.
Okay, and then David, I understand that we're going to have to replace like all the windows eventually in that old building.
That's
right?
my understanding. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this would just be changing it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
As far as soft cost goes, with FF&E, that's the furniture and equipment. I still don't have budget confirmation from IT for the electronics and also the low voltage. So that's the cameras, speaker systems, and that type of thing. Still working on that. Low voltage, well, it's the same item, but the equipment layout and budget confirmation from the courts. I still don't have the court system, the courtroom equipment priced out. And my furniture estimates those are due in September, is what I've told the furniture people. So I'll be able to confirm that once we go through. We'll have to have meetings with departments again to go over what is going to be new, what's going to be reused. The last item is item 31 on that second page. It's the miscellaneous testing. I had felt when we first started this that we were going to need additional special inspection testing than what was on that original number. That seemed kind of low to me, and I had thrown in a $75,000 budget. Met with the city, gone through with the contractor what those special inspections will be, and the quote I got back was for $45,000, so it's a little less than what I was anticipating. Moving on to schedule. The third page in your handout is the contractor's memorandum about the schedule update. We do a schedule update monthly. This one's a little bit different in that we've had some delays mainly around the steel erection and some of the weather and some mechanical issues that they've had. We're running about 2.5 weeks behind that schedule. We met a couple weeks ago on this issue and came up with a schedule recovery plan. So that's what you currently have. This recovery plan leaves our finish date at the same as we've originally shown. Going through that a little bit, the contractor is making that up by stacking some of the subcontractors to do concurrent work to collapse that schedule a little bit. So they're able to keep that online. One of the big items we have is the outside envelope. So the finish that we have on the siding is an EFIS system. That's subject to temperature and weather, and our goal is to have that buttoned up before the weather hits. So that's a critical item as well. So long lead items is another schedule. All good news on that front. So we've typically in the last 5 years have had problems with several components being delayed on delivery. In this case, they're all, for instance, the switchgear that we talked about, we paid extra money to have that expedited. That is now ready for us. So that's a big relief. The transformer, it's currently at Avista's yard. We were able to downsize that a little bit by our actual energy requirements. And so that is here, which is a big relief. We were thinking it was going to be in the middle of winter this year. That would have impacted our schedule. Standby generator, which the last job I wrapped up was 18 months beyond when it was scheduled to be delivered. So we were worried about that. It's manufactured and been taken delivery by the supplier, so it's on site. Or not on site, but we have it. Door frames were another one for the secure areas. Those have shown up early, so they're stored contractors' laydown area. The last item I have was the BDA system that we've talked about. That's the booster system for our communications, in-building communications. That one is not as good of news. We've had meetings talking about that system. We've always talked about whether we would need to make it for just this building or if it would be tested and it would need to handle both buildings. Everybody we're talking to is saying that because of cross interference with the frequencies, that we need to do the whole building. And so I've asked that they break out those budgets for what the new building versus replacing the existing system is going to cost. So I'll have those numbers for you pretty soon. So that's a lot of information. If you have any questions, John is here to answer any questions you might have about cost and scheduling. So with that, is there anything I can answer for you?
Anything?
No, thank you very much. Very thorough. Appreciate it.
Nothing, Bill?
None.
All right.
All right. Very good.
I just wanted to update on the beam signing. Is that still going on?
Yes, beam signing is ongoing in the fenced-in area on the
Okay.
south side of the site. And we are tracking for topping out ceremony's been rescheduled to Wednesday the 3rd
Okay.
at 9:30, hoping that works for the commissioners.
We made note and kind of rearranging our meetings that day.
Thank you for going with us on that. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So as far as the signing goes, that is available. You walk inside the gate there. They've got they ask that we stay on the paved area. That'll keep you out of any crane movements and forklifts. So it's a safe area for you. They've got it all cordoned off.
And when's the last day for that?
I'd say all the way up until probably the morning of the 2nd would be
Okay.
just fine.
Okay.
We'll transport it at that time, pick it up and move it to the other
All
side
right,
of
so
the
let's say
site.
July 1st, last day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be fair.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you. Appreciate the update. All right, item 2, Aquifer Protection District logo. And Suzanne? All right, just come on to a table and you just push a button on a microphone and talk to us. Yeah. How do you pronounce your last name? Scheit. Okay.
Well, thank you for requesting to meet on this. As background, APD is developing educational materials, including trifolds and educational signage. And we worked with Hannah Walker, who's done a lot of similar work for Idaho Washington Aquifer Collaborative and the Spokane River Forum, to request an estimate for this. And while she was preparing the estimate and reviewing APD's master plan in our website, she noticed that we didn't have a logo, and these educational materials would really benefit from a logo. So she has provided an estimate for $350 to create an APD logo. The board discussion really, where we ended was we wanted to discuss this with the county commissioners to find out if they would be in support of that, because it would be a reflection of Kootenai County. And also to find out, if you were in support of it, if you'd like to be involved in the creation and the design review of that logo.
Okay, thoughts?
How much engagement do you plan on having with the public?
To design the logo,
No.
or
Well, for the use of a logo.
for the use of the logo.
Because that's usually what you're
Yes.
using it for.
The logo would really be designed for educational trifolds that we could provide to the public during business fairs and other educational opportunities that we are, Christy Reed Johnson participates in throughout the year. And then the educational signs would be for similar types of events.
And how much do you think it'll cost?
Well, the logo itself would be about $350 to design.
That's fine.
Yeah. Bill, thoughts, questions?
Everybody needs a logo.
Okay. I'm fine too. I would like to see the designs.
Okay, wonderful.
That'd be great.
So would it be appropriate, we have a meeting tomorrow to indicate that the county commissioners are comfortable with us pursuing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we do have drafts, we will send them to you for review.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for
Okay.
joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, item 3, update on jail pod project. And Mr. Reed, I thought would be here along with Corey Trapp. No. So did you. Okay. Same with the KC North remodel. So I guess we'll have to figure out how their wires got crossed. So, okay. With that, I would ask for public comment. Nothing today, Ron. Okay. 10:13, meeting adjourned.